Hello friends, welcome to my channel Solving Questions with Gauri Ma'am. Here we solve questions from IIT JAM examination. IIT JAM examination is the examination conducted by IITs for giving admission in MSc. The subject we select is biotechnology. In today's video, we'll solve questions from MSQ section of the IIT JAM examination. This is the section B from this exam. This is multiple select question. In the exam, there are total 10 questions are there and total marks for this section is 20 marks. So one question is for 2 marks. Here, one or more than one choices may be correct out of the 4 given choices. And the candidate gets full credit if he or she selects all the correct answers. You need to select all correct answers and no wrong answer so that you'll get full marks for this section. So let's have a look to the MSQ. This is a MSQ type of question from Prepare of Biotechnology 2018. The question is for 2 marks. The question is antibody binds to antigen in solution through. The options given are ionic interactions, hydrogen bonds, van der Waals interactions, and hydrophobic interactions. So 4 options are given and the question is from multiple select type of question. I have given this question in my last video. Must have think over the question. The 4 options which are given are the non-covalent interactions. So you must have somewhat idea about non-covalent interactions. You can contact me on this mail for your queries. I can explain you what is covalent and non-covalent interactions in biological system. I conduct online classes for the preparation of IIT JAM examination in biotechnology. For that also you can contact me on this mail. Coming back to the question, this is a antigen side, this is a antibody side. This image I have taken from the very famous book of immunology, that is Cube, Immunology by Cube. From the 5th edition of this book, I have taken this image. Here, non-covalent interactions which are involved in the antigen and antibody are shown. The first here, the shown interaction is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond is shown in between OH and O. So hydrogen bond is the bond which is formed between two highly electronegative atoms and hydrogen is taken in between, which forms the hydrogen bond. Then second one is ionic bond. So this is ionic bond is there when two charged atoms are involved. Here this NH3 group is involved, which is having plus charge, and oxygen is involved, which is having negative charge. So ions are involved, hence charges are involved, and the ionic interaction or ionic bond is formed. Then further there is a hydrophobic interaction. Hydrophobic interaction has concern with hydrophobicity and hydrophilicity. In biological system, 4 of the biomolecules, some portion of that biomolecule is having hydrophobic region. That is, phobia means fear. So the molecules fear for water and they go to the inside portion of the structure. And when the molecules don't have fear, they have love hydrophilic, love for water, they come at the periphery. So due to this, the interaction is occurring, that is known as hydrophobic interaction. As we know, biological system contains much of the water and the biomolecule has to work in this watery region. So this hydrophobic interactions plays very important role in any of the bindings, we can say, like antigen antibody is the example. Then another interaction shown here is van der Waals interaction. This is there in between again two atoms. This is very weak interaction. This is the intermolecular attractive interaction, you can say, and it occurs between the permanent or induced dipoles during the atoms. So this is also shown here. Hence here itself we find the answer that all the four interactions are present in between antigen and antibody. Further in my video we'll have detailed account of these four interactions. Yes, here again ionic bond is shown. Okay, so let's have a look at each interaction very clearly. First, starting with ionic interaction, it takes place between oppositely charged residues. The one residue must have plus charge, the another must have negative charge, so that this interaction can occur. See, it is called as interaction because these are transient. These are for a small period of time. It never happened that antigen and antibody remain attached with each other for very long period of time. There is a very small period when these interactions occur. So this is the basic difference between covalent interaction, covalent bonds and non-covalent interactions. Covalent bonds are fixed. They form a particular biomolecule. Like if we say amino acid, then there is a covalent bonds present in the structure of amino acid. But when two amino acids interact with each other, that may be using any of the non-covalent interaction. So here I have taken the example of sodium chloride dissolved in water. See, again in a biological system, we take sodium chloride, it's a table salt, and in the body sodium chloride dissociates into Na plus and Cl minus ions. These two ions are interacted with water molecule. I'll show this in detail in my next slide. Here the next point in this ionic interaction is related to positive charged ions and negatively charged ions. So this is about amino acids. We can have example that alpha ammonium atom, which is positively charged. This is present in almost all amino acids. Then there is a epsilon ammonium group. This is present in lysine. Lysine is the basic amino acid which contain NH3 group at its epsilon position, ammonium group. Then another is guanidinium. This is present in arginine. Here there are two ammonium groups are present if you know the structure. Then another is imidazolium. This is present in histidine. So these amino acids means alpha ammonium containing means kind of all amino acid. Then lysine, arginine and histidine. These confers the positive charge for the having ionic interaction in biological system. Then another are negatively charged groups which may be present. These are there in the alpha carboxyl group. Beta carboxyl group is present in aspartate. Gamma carboxyl group is present in glutamate. Then there is a phosphate group can be added to the serine or threonine residues. Then sulfur is present in amino acid, methionine and cysteine. So using these different groups, the amino acid can participate in ionic interaction. And means nothing but amino acid means ultimately the proteins which contain these amino acid will have these types of ionic interaction. Yes, here we have taken the example of NaCl. NaCl dissociates in water as Na plus and Cl minus. See what happens if this is a NaCl, it dissociates as Na plus Cl minus. Na plus gets surrounded by oxygen atoms from the water molecule. This is delta negative of oxygen and Na is positively charged. So these are oppositely charged ions which get interacted during the ionic interaction. Secondly, in case of Cl, the same water molecule, but the hydrogen atoms are involved here. The hydrogen atoms are interacting with chlorine. So they are like trapping chlorine in between them, and here also sodium is getting trapped between all these oxygen. The molecule is water here also and here also. So in biological system we find Na plus and Cl minus ions. Here the Na plus are involved in sodium potassium pump, while this chlorine is there in the body secretions we find the chlorine. So these are the functions which are carried out by these atoms, and they, as they have charges, they carry out the ionic interaction. Now coming to the second interaction, that is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond involve the sharing of hydrogen atom between two electronegative atoms that have unbounded electrons. These are also weak interaction. Always remember, non-covalent interactions are weak interaction. If single non-covalent interaction is present, then it's a very weak interaction, but combinedly they have very strong effect. Then again we can see in proteins, the amino group NH group which is present here, this nitrogen is very electronegative. In the biological system, oxygen and nitrogen are electronegative atoms which are mainly involved in the formation of hydrogen bond. So this nitrogen is there which is electronegative, which can be involved in the formation of hydrogen bond. This is from peptide nitrogen. Then it can be a imidazole ring from histidine again. Then indole ring which is present in tryptophan amino acid. So the protein which contain this tryptophan may be forming the hydrogen bond. Then again SH group can involved in the hydrogen bond which is present in cysteine. Then hydroxyl group OH. So here the oxygen is involved. Oxygen is electronegative. So it can have interaction of hydrogen bond with other groups. This is present in serine, threonine, tyrosine, hydroxyproline. So these amino acid or the proteins containing these amino acid can be involved in hydrogen bonds. Then again, as I have said, that nitrogen, NH2 and NH3. NH2 is present in lysine, lysine, arginine, alpha amino group containing amino acid. So these are also involved. And lastly, carbamino group, asparagine, glutamine, which contains CONH2 group, that are also involved in the formation of hydrogen bonds. This image showing us hydrogen bonding in biological system. For the formation of hydrogen bond, one acceptor atom and another donor atom has to be there. So This is the generic, in general, how the hydrogen bonds are formed. Hydrogen bonds are shown in this way by these standing lines, and we show covalent bond in this way, as you know this. So some acceptor must be there, some donor must be there. So here are the examples where hydrogen bonds are present. In the DNA base pairing, in between two bases, you know, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine are the four bases present in DNA. The hydrogen bonding is there between A and T. AT has double hydrogen bond and GC has triple hydrogen bond. So that is what here shown in DNA base pairing hydrogen bonds are present. So it may be OHN in between nitrogen and oxygen, the hydrogen is there, or somewhere it may be in between two nitrogens, hydrogen is there in case of DNA. Then in case of proteins, the oxygen and the nitrogen from another protein can have hydrogen in between, and these three can form a hydrogen bond. This is present in the secondary structure of the protein, alpha helix, beta sheet. So these structures have this hydrogen bonding. Then in case of carbohydrates also, cellulose is made up of glucose units, single glucose chain and another glucose chain. These two glucose chains can be combined or joined with each other using this type of hydrogen bond. Here the two oxygens are pulling this hydrogen towards themselves. So this is about hydrogen bonds which are present in a biological system. Now coming to another interaction, that is van der Waals interactions present in a biological molecule. These are basically due to fluctuations of electronic distribution. There may be a induced dipole. One of the atom may have dipole formed dipole. It can we can say push its electron cloud towards one pole, and that pole will have negative charge, so the another pole will ultimately get the positive charge, and the neighboring atom has to be do like that only because of this atom, and this creates the van der Waals interaction. So this is there till the van der Waals radii. If two atoms are brought together above that particular radii, that distance, then there would be a repulsion due to the nucleus. This van der Waals interaction is also known as London dispersion force. This is another name for this van der Waals interaction. This is important in non-polar interior structure of proteins, where they provide the attractive forces between non-polar side chains. Here I have shown in detail how these van der Waals interactions are formed. So as I have told you, there is an electron cloud. The induced dipole is created. The electrons are gathered here, so the negative charge is present here, and ultimately the positive charge is formed here, delta positive. The another atom also has to work like this. It has to form a negative charge here for this attraction and the positive charge here. So these atoms remain together for particular distance, which is known as van der Waals radii. But if they cross this radii and brought together forcibly, or they come together, then there would be a repulsion between these two nucleus, and again they get repelled from each other. So there is a maintenance of van der Waals radii in the van der Waals interaction. This helps to maintain a particular distance in a biological system. Yes. Now this is a hydrophobic interaction, the another type of interaction, non-covalent interaction in biological system. This is due to the polar and non-polar ends. Polar ends are hydrophilic ends and non-polar ends are hydrophobic ends. They have phobia, that's why they run from the water, and biological system is having ample of water. About 90% of water is there in biological system. So these interactions are there in a biological system. These are important for the protein folding and also in lipid-lipid interactions. You know this very well when we study the fluid mosaic model of the uh, membrane. Then in that it is clearly shown that polar ends are outside and non-polar ends are coming inside. That is for lipid. The same thing happens with proteins. In proteins, some of the amino acid are polar and some of the are non-polar. Like the examples of non-polar amino acids are alanine, valine, isoleucine, leucine. These are hydrophobic amino acid, while polar amino acid includes serine, threonine. So these remain at the outside portion of the protein, and the non-polar amino acid are there to in the inside portion. So this is the figure which explains the hydrophobic interaction. Hydrophilic heads are there which are outside and hydrophobic tails. This is the structure of liposome. The structure is actually of in concern with lipid. And when the micelle is formed, then this type of structure we find. The hydrophobic tails are inside and hydrophilic heads are outside. So in this way, the hydrophobic interaction can be formed. Outside this, the ample of water is there. So hydrophilic molecules will face the water and hydrophobic tails will uh, go inside. So I hope you must have cleared with all the non-covalent interactions. This image, I like this image, so I have taken this for my video. I always give reference for the image here. The source credit is given to the source who have provided me this image, any of the image in my video. Okay, what this image says, this is the structure of antibody and antigen is bound to it. This structure is zoomed and here they have shown electrostatic forces. See this ionic interaction, electrostatic forces one and the same. They are giving positive and negative charges. Then there is a hydrogen bond. See this hydrogen is in between nitrogen and oxygen. So there is a presence of hydrogen bond in case of antigen antibody interaction. Then there are van der Waals interactions. See, this is the induced dipole is produced and this distance is remain constant due to the formation of this van der Waals forces. And hydrophobic forces are there which doesn't allow hydrophobic molecules to come outside. In this way, all four non-covalent interactions are present in a antigen-antibody reaction. So all the four answers are correct in this MSQ. If all four answers are clicked on the during the examination, then only candidate is going to get the marks. So always be careful, always read all the options and always think over all the options before answering the question. This is the next question. This is the question for my next video. The question is the cells involved in allergic reactions and containing surface receptors of IgE antibodies and histamines are. Options are basophils, mast cells, monocytes, neutrophils. This is again a MSQ type of question, multiple select question from paper of Biotechnology 2017. The question is for 2 marks. We'll have answer for this question in my next video. It is observed that many of the questions are there from immunology in the IIT JAM examination for biotechnology. So you have to be very clear with the topics from the immunology. I hope you like my videos. Please tell me you like my videos by clicking the bell icon, by subscribing my video, and by sharing my video, also by clicking the like button. That makes me much motivate to solve more questions, to explain more questions to you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Okay, take care. Bye.